Hello students, I'm going to be showing you the Adobe Premiere Pro editing suite. This is going to be the editing software that you're going to be using all year for all of your projects, and I just want you to become a little bit familiar with it, the interface, and a few of the key features I'm going to be showing you in this video. The first thing you see here is the new project window, and basically all you're going to do is give your project a name. I'm going to call this test project 1, and then the location is basically just where you're saving it to on your computer, or if you have an external hard drive, I'm going to save it just to my documents. The rest of the stuff don't really worry about. That's just some general rules. These are all of the default things. Make sure this is all same as project, and these should always be as default. I'll go over those a little bit more in detail, just in case that they are not, but they should usually just be of this nature. So once we click OK, the interface is going to come up, and we'll begin starting there. So this is the basic interface that you're going to see when you open any project. It's going to have your 4 windows, as you can see here, and I just want to go over these windows and what you should expect in each one. You can always customize your interface when you become more familiar with it, but for now we're just going to use the default windows as you see here. The first thing is that when you click on a window, you'll see the blue highlight that goes around each window, and all that really means is that you are now selected on that window, and you can do anything that the elements permit you to on that window because you have it selected. This window right here is going to be your preview window, and you're going to have all your preview videos that come up in this window. This is going to be your sequence playback window, and that's going to be the video that you actually see from your sequence, which is right here, and your sequence is your timeline. So your audio video tracks will live in here, and when you play it, it will come up on this screen. And then right here is going to be your file window for all your videos and audio and picture clips and whatnot with that. You can see the tabs here as well. The one that we'll be utilizing the most is going to be the effects tab, and these are just basically all the effects that Premiere will give you, video effects, video transitions, and so on. We're going to start here in the file window so you can import some of your clips. To start importing clips, you're going to select the file window that we have here, and all you're going to basically do is right click in the empty space and click on import, and this box is going to come up, and you can import from anywhere, documents, desktop, an external hard drive. In this case, I have an SD card, which you guys will all be using to shoot your projects on this year. This is not named, as you can see, but I'm going to select the videos that I have off of this SD card, which are different clips of my hockey team that I coach. So all we're going to do here is we're just going to highlight all of the clips, as you can see, and then we're just going to click import. And then once they import, they come up here, as you can see, and it gives you all the information about it, the frame rate, the media duration, what you shot them in, which is 1080 HD, and this is in list form. There's another feature that you can make them as thumbnails, as you can see here, and basically all you do is let me mute this here for a second, and all you do is you scroll over top of each clip, and you can get a preview of what the clip looks like. I personally like to keep it organized in a list view. Organization is key, and I will stress that all year, specifically with editing. The more organized you are, the easier you'll have at editing, and the easier it will become. So to be more organized, we're going to put the different clips into bins. And what this does is that, you can have, we only have 6-7 clips here, but you might have 1,000 clips from one documentary, let's say. Well, 1,000 clips is a lot to go through. So if you create bins, you can organize, by date, you can organize, by different things that you shot. And it's just an easier way for you to find the different video clips you want. So all you have to do that is, in the open area here, right click again, and you're going to click New Bin. What it's going to do here is you're going to be able to name the bin. So let's go with offense. So now that it's there, I'm going to close that bin up like that. And let's say the bottom 3 clips are all offensive clips. So I'm going to highlight them just like this. And you can see all of them are highlighted. And we're just going to drag them in the offensive bin. And then when we open it, those 3 clips are in the offensive bin. So let's clean this up a little bit more. Get a new bin here. And name it defense. And let's say the last 3 clips are the defensive clips. Highlight them again, drag them, and as you can see, they're in the defensive clips. And if we close it up, then it's, as streamlined as can be. Instead of having the 6-7 videos, we now only have 2 different bins, one with the offensive clips and one with the defensive clips. And, that makes it pretty streamlined and easy to find. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to, put the videos on the timeline. Now I'm going to show you how to bring the clips into the timeline so you can create a new sequence. The first thing you're going to do is, go back to your project, your file window here, and, let's take a couple clips. The first thing you want to do is you're going to want to preview them. So you're just going to double click on the clip, and here's your preview window that I was talking about. And you can preview the clip to make sure this is the one, that you want. And you can take the whole clip or part of the clip. We'll get into that later. But, let's say this is the clip that you want. So all you're going to do, Premiere makes it easy to be able to match, your frame rate. And, if you shot in HD or an SD, all of these elements, you want to make sure you get into your sequence and that your sequence utilizes all the elements. So all you have to do is right click on the clip, and there's all these different options. You want to go to New Sequence from Clip. And once you click that, it creates a new sequence in your timeline folder right here. And we're going to talk about the timeline right now. The last element that I want to touch on is your sequence timeline. Now we have the video in here that we created the new sequence from. And I just want to show you that this is the scroller bar right here. And with you scrolling, you'll be able to view the actual playback of your timeline up in the video box as you see right above the timeline. The different elements of the timeline, the real basic ones, as you can see here, are your different tracks. V is for your video tracks, and A is for your audio tracks. Now there's only 3 tracks of each here, but you can continue to add more and more tracks, basically to infinity, depending on what elements and, what kind of videos you want to layer on top of each other, or what kind of audio track you want to build. A couple different other cool basic features are you can lock different tracks. As you can see here, I locked video 1 and video 1 and audio 1. And the reason for doing that is if you're working on, different tracks up here, and let's say these two, this audio matches this video, and you want to leave it just the way that it is, you can lock it, and regardless of what you do above or below it, in case you bump it, it won't mess it up whatsoever. So that's a pretty cool feature. In the right-hand side here, you'll see your audio levels in a visual manner, so you can, check them that way to make sure your levels are, good with that. Other than that, let me just bring in one more clip so you can see it attached to another clip. So we'll just bring in, another clip here. Once I can grab it. right, there we go. And I just basically brought in another video clip, and as you can see, and I can highlight it, move it around, or I can butt it up against this other clip. That is the absolute basics. I mean, there is an immense amount to go through with this, but I wanted you to just get the basic elements of, the interface and, how it looks. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.